Hey guys, Matt here from PlaiOfficial, and I've just logged on to the beta. I've got all my characters and stuff, and I've realised we've got a template character creation. Now I understand it wasn't working earlier, however I just tried to create a character and it was actually working. So I'm going to see if I can make a monk on my normal European server. I think this is lagging out a bit, probably because so many people are trying to create characters at the moment, so I'm just gonna go through and kind of guess where stuff is. Where's blonde hair? There. So I'm gonna call him Monk Play. Oh, I think he already named a character that. I'll just pop 2 eyes on it. Creating character, there we go. So I've got all my characters now. I've got my druid, so I've got all the healers now. I'll pop him up there. Sorry, you're at the bottom. And whoa, let's get logged in and start test. So I have joined the dungeon queue and hopefully that won't take too long, but while I'm waiting I might as well show you some of the spells. So for a start we have Healing Sphere. We can have up to 3 of these down at a time, and when you run through them basically it heals you for about 20k. It looks to me as if trinkets can proc off them, seeing as it gives you this trinket, so that's pretty nice. My gear isn't exactly amazing. It's 378 eye level and they're healing for about 20k, so that's pretty nice. We'd probably have to be clever and pop those on top of people. Or if we can see someone running out of some AoE, pop them on there. Okay, it's worth noticing that look, from casting and stuff, we are gaining these charges of mana tea. Now from the mana tea, we can then regain our mana. And for every stack of this buff that we gain, we get 4% of our mana back, and I think that's pretty good. You just get that from casting the odd bits. Now obviously we have our chi, which you've probably heard of, which is like combo points, or could be holy power. We can use certain abilities to get our chi. Now as a healer we don't really have many things to actually gain chi, so one of the things is expel harm. Usually heals for about 10k on an 8-second cooldown. It also does the same amount of damage to a nearby enemy. However, right now it does seem one of the only ways to get chi. Another way of getting chi is Soothing Mist, and when this ticks it has a 20% chance to give us chi. We can then spend our chi on different things. So for example, there is cost 1 chi, it doubles the healing done of our next either Surging Mist or Uplift. Now let's try Surging Mist first. Oops, wrong keybind. These are a mouthful. So as you can see, 67k from a 5k mana heal. That's just from building up our few chis. That's pretty nice, absolutely lovely. And as we can see, we have gained a charge of mana tea. So we can now gain 4% mana per second. So we could go and do that if we were getting a bit low on mana. Okay, secondly, what do we have? We have Chi Wave. So this is simply something like a prayer of healing. So it'll simply just bounce between targets. Right, okay, there's something attacking me, so give me a minute as things take a while to kill as a healer. So I'm back, and right, let's carry on with it. So at the moment, reduces cast time of your next Surging Mist by 60%, so it seems we're getting quite a lot of kind of buffs and stuff. So we can use another one of our chi points and get pretty much an almost instant 71k Surging Mist. So it's pretty much about gameplay these, it seems. Now that looks very buggy, so let's see how I do in this dungeon. Hopefully I will know enough to actually be playing my monk. If not, I can always just spam